What if I told you that centuries ago, a collection of stories about pilgrims on a journey could reveal surprising truths about human nature, society, and even your own life today? You'll find timeless lessons on love, greed, and even the most unexpected forms of wisdom hidden in a way that only Geoffrey Chaucer could have imagined. Stick around because we're about to dive deep into the Canterbury Tales, and trust me, you'll never look at medieval literature the same way again. Welcome. In today's video, we're uncovering the moral lessons of one of the most influential works of English literature, the Canterbury Tales, written by Geoffrey Chaucer. This collection of stories isn't just about tales of knights, merchants, and clergy. It's a sharp commentary on human nature, one that transcends time. Before we explore the profound messages within these tales, let's take a quick look at the author behind them, the world in which he lived, and why his work still resonates today. Geoffrey Chaucer lived during the late 14th century, a period marked by turbulence and change in England. The Black Death had ravaged Europe. Society was sharply divided between the nobility and peasantry, and the Holy Church held a massive influence over people's lives. In the midst of all this, Chaucer emerged as a key figure in literature. Chaucer wasn't just a poet, he was also a diplomat, a public servant, and even a soldier. His experience in these various fields gave him a unique perspective on human nature, which he infused into his writing. The Canterbury Tales, first written around 1387, is a snapshot of medieval society. The stories are told by a group of traveling pilgrims on their way to the shrine of St. Thomas Becket in Canterbury. Along the way, each pilgrim tells a tale revealing their personality, social status, and beliefs. But don't be fooled. These tales are more than just stories. They offer a scathing critique of society, exploring everything from religion to human flaws. And it's this layer of insight that makes them so relevant even today. Now, let's talk about the moral lessons woven through these stories. Chaucer's tales teach us about the timeless struggles and virtues of humanity, whether it's the consequences of greed, the complexities of love, or the power of forgiveness. These stories continue to resonate because they reflect the very nature of human behavior. For example, in the Pardoner's Tale, we see the destructive nature of greed. 3 men set out to find and kill death, but instead betray each other for a hidden treasure. The moral lesson? Greed doesn't just corrupt, it destroys. It's a message as true today as it was in Chaucer's time. In The Wife of Bath's Tale, we encounter a more complicated issue, the battle for sovereignty in marriage. The story is not just about a woman's desire for control, but about finding balance in relationships. Chaucer uses this tale to question societal norms around gender roles and marriage. It's a powerful reflection on the complexity of human relationships. Then there's the Parson's Tale, which takes us to the heart of morality and religion. The parson is a figure of integrity and humility, offering a stark contrast to the more corrupt religious figures in the tales. The message here? True virtue comes from within, and it's often the least flashy qualities that matter most. These are just a few examples of the moral lessons embedded in Chaucer's work. As we move forward, we'll dive into more examples and explore how these lessons are just as relevant to us today as they were in the 14th century. Let's take a deeper look at a few key themes that Chaucer explores. First, greed, a central theme in many of the tales, particularly the Pardoner's Tale and the Friar's Tale. Chaucer shows us how greed can be a powerful, destructive force. These characters promise salvation or moral guidance, but they are often motivated by personal gain, a critique of the hypocrisy within the church. Then there's love and marriage. In The Merchant's Tale and The Franklin's Tale, Chaucer explores the complexities of love, often with a humorous or satirical edge. Through these stories, we're reminded that relationships are never simple, and the balance of power, trust, and respect is crucial to their success. Lastly, let's talk about humility. In the Parson's Tale, Chaucer gives us a model of moral virtue in the form of the humble parson who lives out the values he preaches. The lesson? It's not about grand gestures or flashy displays of morality. It's about living with sincerity and humility. So, why should the Canterbury Tales matter to us today? Because Chaucer, through humor, satire, and deeply human characters, offers us insights that haven't aged a day. He reveals the darker sides of human nature, but also the virtues that transcend time: honesty, integrity, humility, and the power of love. If you haven't read the Canterbury Tales yet, I encourage you to dive into these stories. You'll not only get a glimpse of medieval life, but also discover moral lessons that are as vital now as they were centuries ago. If you found this breakdown of the Canterbury Tales interesting, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more insights on classic literature, and leave a comment below with your thoughts. What moral lesson from the Canterbury Tales resonated with you the most? We'd love to hear your perspective. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, where we will embark on the first of these timeless stories, The Knight's Tale.